The paper we're diving into today is called Tesina Estudio de la Verdad by Jacob Ortiz. Quite a mouthful, but it basically means study on truth, and it comes from the Universidad Autónoma de Nuevo León.
Yeah, and Ortiz really jumps right into a topic that, well, honestly, it's super fundamental, but also kind of slippery, you know? What is truth? How do we use it? And why does it matter so much in our relationships, whether that's with friends, coworkers, or, well, anyone?
Exactly. And actually, the core question behind all this is about the effects of manipulating the truth. So, what happens to people, to relationships, when truth gets twisted or when it's just flat out ignored? I think that's why this study feels so, immediate, because it sort of pokes at how we all live every day.
Right, and I think it's significant because we all have these moments, right? Like you tell a white lie to spare someone's feelings, or maybe you hide something to avoid conflict, and suddenly you're on a slippery slope. Ortiz argues that our society is kind of built on our collective understanding, or maybe misunderstanding, of truth.
Yeah, and I like that the paper actually starts with a bunch of definitions, straight from the Spanish Royal Academy. So you get all these perspectives: truth as conformity to reality, or as sincerity, or even just as an unwavering characteristic, something unchangeable. But the really interesting part is when Ortiz brings up philosophical angles, especially referencing Nietzsche.
Oh, totally. Nietzsche's view comes in heavy. Truth as something almost constructed, or maybe even a tool for survival. I mean, that quote is kind of haunting, that we seek truth to preserve ourselves, not because we have some pure, noble drive to know. Ortiz connects this to the idea that often truth is shaped by whoever controls the language, and, this is Nietzsche's thing, what we call truth is really just shared metaphors.
It's pretty wild when you think about it. Like, it makes you wonder how much of what any of us believe is actually just a collective agreement rather than some objective, reality. Which brings me to the method Ortiz uses. He goes qualitative, right? He surveys people, getting them to reflect on their own experiences with truth and lies in tough situations.
Yeah, and I think it's worth noting that the sample size is pretty small. So, from a scientific standpoint, it's not meant to be representative of everyone. But the questions are like super practical. Basically, would you tell the truth if you knew it could make you look bad? Or, how often do you justify your actions if you've been less than honest?
And I love that Ortiz even asks about mentiras piadosas, white lies. Like, are you in favor of saying a white lie? Or, how do you feel if someone lies to you for your own good? The answers, by the way, revealed something kind of paradoxical. People want to see themselves as truth tellers, but most admit they do lie. And, more interestingly, many think the truth is not necessarily good.
That caught my eye too. There's this tension. People say, yes, truth is important, it's good, but then we all kind of fudge the truth sometimes, or hope others will when it benefits us. Ortiz points out that the process of asking people these questions actually made them more aware of their own contradictions. It's kind of like holding up a mirror.
Mm-hmm. And, maybe this is a bit of a tangent. Did you ever notice how there are entire cultures built on the art of not saying what you mean, but everyone gets it anyway? I mean, I don't know, maybe that's just diplomacy, or parenting, or, okay, yeah, I'm digressing. But it makes me think about how truth functions differently everywhere.
Ha, no, I totally get it. And Ortiz, in the conclusion, is super cautious. He knows the group he studied is small, but he basically finds that lying is, pretty universal, but we're not very good at it. We insist we value truth, but we're quick to bend it for convenience, kindness, or self-protection.
So, yeah, big picture, this paper doesn't give us some ultimate answer. But maybe that's the point, right? Research isn't about handing you the absolute truth. It's more like, here are some patterns. Maybe think a bit harder about when and why you stretch the truth.
And maybe, next time you're tempted to claim your white lie was for someone else's good, ask yourself, am I maybe just avoiding discomfort for myself?